Did you know there's a council contribution levy that can quietly add thousands of dollars to your construction project before you even start building? Now you ask, what is this levy? A council contribution levy is a once-off fee paid to the local council to facilitate the increase of the population density due to your development. Most people assume council fees are fixed. In reality, they are based on a number that can vary depending on how it is calculated. For example, going from a single residence to a duplex. This council contribution levy helps the council cover the cost of additional pathways required and roadwork maintenance. In this video, I'll explain what a council cost report is, what goes into it, why councils needed to calculate your council contribution levy, and how it can impact your construction costs and overall finances. If you are planning a knockdown rebuild, a new development, or converting that open carport into a granny flat, this is something you need to understand early. Part of the development application process, the council will often require an estimated development cost report to assess what your build is worth. If this report is not done correctly, you could end up paying more in council contributions than necessary, or dealing with delays during approval process. What is a council cost report? A council cost report, also known as an estimated development cost report, is a formal document prepared by a qualified quantity surveyor. Its purpose is to calculate the true construction cost of your project in a way that the local council can standardize across different developments. It is not the same as your builder's quote. A builder prices a job based on their own methods, margins, and inclusions. A council cost report follows strict guidelines and industry benchmarks. This allows councils to compare projects consistently and apply the correct council fees. What actually goes into this report? A council cost report looks at the core construction components of your project. This includes labor and materials, demolition if required, site work, and essential services like drainage and utilities. It can also include external items such as driveways and, in some cases, certain landscaping works. Just as important is what it does not include. It excludes land value and most soft costs like existing council rates and loan repayments. The goal is to create a clear and consistent construction value that councils can rely on. Why does it matter? Because this report directly affects how much you pay in council contributions. Most councils apply a Section 7.11 contribution, previously known as a Section 94. This helps fund local infrastructure like roads, pathways, parklands, and waste management facilities. These contributions are often calculated as a percentage of your project's estimated development cost. If your project cost is higher, your council fee will also be higher. For example, two similar projects might be assessed at $400,000 and $500,000. That difference alone can result in thousands of dollars more in council contributions, even though the actual build may be very similar. This is why accuracy matters. It has a direct impact on your project budget. Let's take this one step further. A depreciation report looks at your finished property and breaks down what you can claim over time. This includes the building itself, plus items like fixtures and fittings. These are claimed gradually each year. This is also where your council cost report connects. The fees you pay for that report is usually part of the construction process. Because of that, it is treated as a professional fee and can be included in your depreciation schedule as part of the building cost. Maintenance is different. These are costs to fix or maintain the property, like repairing a leak or your yearly council rates. These are usually claimed straight away in the same year during tax time. Then there is the cost base. These are capital costs associated with acquiring the property. Expenditures like stamp duty are added to your property's cost base and can reduce your capital gains tax when you sell. While the council cost report affects your upfront fees, the cost of that report can also be claimed over time through depreciation. Understanding this helps you manage both your upfront costs and your long-term tax position. Here's where people often get caught out. One of the biggest mistakes is relying on a builder's quote instead of a properly prepared quantity surveyor's report and submitting it to council. Another is underestimating or overestimating costs, which can lead to higher contributions or delays with council approvals. Some reports are also not compliant, which can cause delays and require the process to be repeated. Have you ever been surprised by council fees or unexpected costs during a project? Let me know in the comments. Our team at DuraQS helps property owners, builders, and developers prepare accurate, compliant cost reports so they can move forward with confidence. If you found this helpful, check out our other videos where we break down development costs, tax strategies, and ways to maximize your returns. And don't forget to subscribe so you stay up to date. I'll see you in the next one.